easy go. That's just how you live. Oh, take it all, but you never give. Should've known you was trouble from the first kiss. Had your eyes wide open. Why were they open? Gave you all I had and you tossed it in the trash. You tossed it in the trash, you did. To give me all your love is all I ever ask. Cause what you don't understand is I catch you.
No towels again. What do you do, Jack? Use one for each limb?
He's got to look smart. Mr. Burgess has invited him back to school to give a couple of talks about law.
He said I was a shining example.
What?
Bumpy Burgess?
What's wrong with him? I always thought he was quite a dish.
She's just jealous because no one's interested in her sad little life. What?
He'd be brilliant.
Hey, Ryan, it's me. Where have you been hiding? Listen, I really need to see you. Our Jack is driving me mad. Call me, okay?
Bad woman, that's just what you are. Yeah, you smile in my face, then rip the brakes out my car. Gave you all I had and you tossed it in the trash.
Morning all. Great goal last night, by the way, Callum. Really well done, well done. Morning, Hannah. Heard about the essay. What did I tell you? Success is the sum of small efforts. Morning, great stuff, great stuff. Morning, Jack. One of our stars. Great to see you.
Thanks, Mr. Burgess.
Oh, Nick, please. Listen, I'm very grateful to you, for giving your time like this. The kids really need a beacon of inspiration to light up their thoughts for university.
I'm happy to help.
You'll see a few changes. I've tried to revolutionise the place since you left. You'll see some fresh young faces amongst the staff.
Still a few people I recognise, though.
Yes, I'm afraid Mr. Stride's class is your first.
Ah, Hollins. Here to dribble your pearls of wisdom all over my year 12s.
Julia, still got your gut feeling?
I certainly hope not. You'd be making the same mistake twice.
I've cleared some space for us to meet later on. I think we should put those candidates out of their misery.
Yes.
Daniel Mark II, that's all we need.
Better than dull Miss Bland.
Oh, is he all hurt because you didn't twinkle at him?
We're trying to run a business here.
Or are you running the Daniel Granger family?
Let me introduce Mr. Hollins, who's here to talk to us about
Studying law at uni.
studying law at uni. Never mind that we'll lose a whole lesson and that the History AS exam is very close upon us. Let's look ahead, to those heady uni days. You never know, a few less interruptions and some of you may even make the necessary grades to get there.
Sorry, sir.
However, I'm sure Mr. Hollins will be fascinating and that his words of wisdom will be well worth the loss of a few marks. Now go ahead, Mr. Hollins. We await your glorious instruction.
Well, first of all...
Can everyone hear him at the back? Whispering Jack Hollins, Leatherbridge's answer to Rumpole. Speak up, boy!
Excuse me, have you seen Ryan Murphy?
No.
Hey, Ryan, it's me. Where are you? Anyone think you were avoiding me?
The company was forced to pay full compensation, and the families involved got their lives back. So yes, there is money in law, but there's so much more. Look at Nelson Mandela, look at Gandhi. They both went to law school. So, if you really want to change the world, maybe you should become a lawyer. Any questions? Yes.
Kimberly Kelly. If I wanted to do law, what could I do now to get ready?
Well, you can try and keep up with current affairs.
And that doesn't mean who's cheating on whom in EastEnders.
What else?
You could ask a local barrister or solicitor to shadow them for a bit, try and get some work experience.
Oh, yeah. And that's what you need, yeah. More time away from classes.
Yeah, but this is my future, sir, and my mum said that I should really start doing something.
All right. Now, this pointless intrusion upon my class time has gone on long enough. We are losing ground with every minute that passes here. You will never become a lawyer. Never. Never. Your grades, your marks make Hollins's look stellar.
Mr. Stride, you can't just trample all over someone's ambition like that.
Oh, can't I? Right. Let's have a look. Kimberly's coursework. Queen Elizabeth was the Virgin Queen. As a queen, she was a success. When she exposed herself before her troops, they all shouted, "Hooray!" Drivel. Absolute drivel. On a scale of failure, that is positively subterranean.
Hey you, why are you blanking my calls?
Look, sorry, mate. Ticket went on, I'm afraid. But I forgot my pass. That's not the problem.
What do you think?
Oh, sorry, I'll just wait over here.
You're right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hollins. That was illuminating.
You know, it could really help motivate them. Sometimes it's good to have a goal.
Yes, a goal, a dream, a fantasy, a distraction from the task in hand. I can see how you'd get along with Burgess.
Sir, please, can you give me another chance? My mum's on me back to get my grades up.
No, Kimberly, I've given you 3 chances already.
Yeah, but you just wrote little comments telling me what I'd done wrong. Mr. Everett...
I am not the sort of teacher who does their students' coursework for them.
Oh, sir, I don't...
No, Kimberly, you need to wake up and have a realistic view of your own capabilities and lower your sights accordingly.
Are you saying I'm thick?
Well...
That's what you mean, isn't it? Well, that's not fair. It's out of order.
Kimberly? Why do you have to talk to people like that? Why do you have to make them feel small and useless? You know, you're probably the most hated man in the school.
What an accolade.
That's it. I'm reporting you to Mr. Burgess.
Report away.
You here to explain yourself?
What do you mean?
Don't you, me? Don't insult my intelligence.
You think that I took it?
What? I don't believe this. You're a thief, you me. Okay, you're a liar and you're a thief. What? Want a break?
Hi.
Are you Imogen Hollins' brother?
Yeah.
I thought so. Is she still... weird?
Yeah. Are you okay?
I really want to do law. I want to be a civil rights lawyer. I've seen them on the news. I was talking to my mum about it last night. Stride only does it for spite. Mr. Everett wrote loads of stuff for me to put on my English coursework.
You shouldn't talk to people like that. He should be building you up, not knocking you down.
And he's always commenting on my clothes. It's dead pervy.
He hasn't changed a bit. Pretty sure that's the same jacket.
Stinks of fags. Remember Joe Price? Your image here. The poor kid had a breakdown last month. He had to leave school in the end because of all the pressure Stride put on him.
Well, that quiet lad. That's terrible. I'm going to go to Burgess. He publicly humiliated you. He needs to be reported. The man should be sacked before he causes any more damage.
Thanks, Jack. That's really sweet of you. but it's okay. I've been to see my head of year. He'll soon get what he deserves.
I don't understand how.
That's the information that's been passed on to me.
But it's not true. She...
Of course, it's a very serious allegation, and I'm afraid you'll be suspended forthwith pending an inquiry.
You've got to believe me, please. I didn't do it. Why would I jeopardise? Oh, this is ridiculous. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me.
So how did it end up in your bag then?
It was a genuine accident. It just must have fallen in when I was reaching for the top shelf. It could happen to anybody. Honestly, I felt terrible when I saw it in there. Awful. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Did it come stupid?
Ryan, wait.
You were there. I didn't do it. You've got to tell them.
Don't know what you're going on about.
Kimberly Kelly has told her head of year that I made a pass at her. That I put my hand on her thigh when she came back to my room to talk about her homework. You know it isn't true. I have never touched a student. Look, I know you don't like me. I'm not here to be liked. I tell them the truth to prepare them for real life. Kimberly Kelly needs to know that she is much too stupid to ever get into law school so that she can drop that fanciful idea and get on with something she can do.
Well, I wasn't there the whole time. I didn't see what happened.
What? I'm disappointed in you, Hollins. If you don't come forward, you're as big a liar as she is.
Okay, I did it. I don't know why, but I did it. But this is the last time, I promise you, the very, very last. Ryan, are you even listening to me?
Kimberly, you all right?
What? Oh. Stride told you?
I can't believe it. I mean, I know he can be vicious.
At least this place will be rid of him once and for all.
Just sorry that it had to happen like this.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I just thought he was an old-style teacher, and he was scary, but he made me do my best work.
But what about all the kids he's traumatised, who are too terrified to come into school?
But this thing with you, this is...
Sorry, Jack, I've got to go.
We need someone who's dynamic, lively, someone with big ideas.
Someone with a big fat ego, more like.
Well, Kevin was sharp, confident. I would think he'd be good at thinking on his feet, you know. Knew someone like that long term.
Yeah, and if it works out, maybe we could offer him a job at the end of his contract.
Oh, whoa. Aren't we getting a little bit ahead of ourselves? This is a training position. I think Freya is the obvious choice. She knows her stuff, her special interest answer was spot on, and she'd crack on working at any problem on her own. We wouldn't have to babysit her.
I think Kevin could be all style and no substance.
Well, I like somebody with a bit of ambition. I'd vote for Kevin.
Ambition? Arrogance, more like. I know his type. He's going to overreach himself, make a mess, and then we're all going to have to clean it up. Freya is tough and thoughtful.
She's mousy and dull.
We're looking at suitability, not doing a character assassination. Freya is serious and committed. My vote is with her.
Yeah, well, I don't want to work with a po-faced man-hater. My vote is with Kevin, any day.
I don't want to work with a conceited, self-absorbed slimeball. I'm for Freya.
Oh, well, now isn't this professional? So it's a 2-2 draw then, is it? I am going to make myself a cup of tea.
Ryan, please.
Do you know what? Do you know what gets me? It's not the fact you've been stealing again. It's not this stupid little pantomime you've put me through. It's not even the fact that me and you are well and truly finished. Over. What gets me is what you've done to your dad. And that shows me how low you'll stoop to save your own skin. He'd do absolutely anything for you. He's a copper. You think he doesn't know how it works? He's seen people try to blag their way out and make up stories. But because he loves you, he can't see it. Do you know how lucky you are to have a bloke like that for a dad? Do you? What do? You just keep on making him believe you. You just abuse his trust. Make him look like a complete idiot in front of all his mates. How's that going to look down at the station? Him being soft, pulling the wool over his own eyes, giving his daughter the special treatment.
But I can't tell him. I couldn't...
You disgust me.
When's he going?
Shh, keep your voice down. Why have you done this? Why go to Mrs. Glynn first?
I can't stand him. He's got it in for me. And I knew you wouldn't do anything about it unless I got someone else involved.
Kimberly, you've got to understand. This is very difficult for me. I don't want to attract attention.
Well, I thought Freya was very well prepared.
She's just a worthy swotty girl, a clone. The med schools are churning out hundreds of them.
Whereas Kevin, on the other hand, has his own very special and unique brand of irritation.
Isn't it Alexander Pope who said, "Who shall decide when doctors disagree?"
I think you'll find it will be me.
Law never made a man one whit more just. You ever come across that one, Holland?
So what happened?
Nothing. After you left, I said something about marine biology, which was her career of choice before this. I may also have said something about forensic psychology, which was the choice before that. She called me a name and flounced out of the room.
Joe Price? You drove him out of school?
She told you that? His father was promoted. They moved up north. It was nothing to do with me. The problem here is that Kimberly has realised that her rather obvious charms have no effect on me. It's clear how she goes about getting the things she wants, and it's a very dangerous way to behave. She's been pressuring me for weeks about help with her coursework.
Why didn't you tell another member of staff?
I'm not very well liked here. Burgess wants rid of me. He's brought in a lot of newly qualified teachers to cut costs. This job, departing briefly into sentimentality, has been my life. Now I want out. My style of teaching doesn't work anymore. I'm not always like this, you know. I can be very kind to puppies and old ladies. It's just all too much effort. I can't keep the teacher's mask in place anymore.
I'm sorry about earlier.
You know, I had high hopes for you at one time, Hollins. Your C may have got you into university, but I knew you were capable of more. You had the makings of a first-rate historian. You're wasted on the law.
There's something you should know. It looks like Burgess and Kimberly are, you know.
Then I'm all the more glad to be out of it all.
But you've got to fight it. You can't leave with something like this on your record.
I don't have the energy anymore.
But it's not right. They're playing you. He's a hypocrite.
A young man with high ideals. I was the same once. Goodbye, Hollins.
Mr. Stride.
Goodbye.
What?
Why was Burgess called Bumpy?
What?
Look, this is important. I think he's been having it off with Kimberly Kelly from year 12.
Oh, well, he would pick her. Last year it was Amy Hartman, the year before it was Brittany Thomas. He's so predictable.
What?
What, you mean you never noticed that you just bumped into girls when he walked past them?
Are you all right? He's never tried...
No!
Kimberly, I'd like to support your allegation against Stride. Will you come and see the headmaster with me?
Really? Sure.
Come in. Ah, Jack. Thanks again for your input this morning.
Jack's backing me up over Stride. Tell Mr. Burgess what you saw.
I saw absolutely nothing. And I believe Mr. Stride is completely innocent. The only one who's been doing the touching, Mr. Burgess, is you.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I saw you.
Where's your evidence? You can't prove it? Be your word against mine.
Yeah, and I deny everything.
Do you honestly believe you're the first pretty schoolgirl that he's had a fling with?
He loves me.
And what about Brittany Thomas? Or Amy Hardman? You're just one in a long line of girls that's taken his fancy.
That's not true. Tell him.
You can't prove anything. But Kimberly will drop the charge.
Will I now?
Yes, you will.
Do you know what? You're nothing but a dirty old man.
You need to report him, Kimberly. Get him out of school, once and for all.
Me? No way. My mum would kill me if she found out. But I am acing all my coursework. Do you understand?
Like I say, Mr. Hollings, no proof.
Yes, come in.
Julia, about the registrar candidates.
Ah, yeah, now I've had an idea about those.
I can't see how we're going to break the deadlock between Daniel and Zara. They're not as mature as us. They won't compromise.
No, they don't like giving up their toys, do they?
Exactly. Now, Freya.
But if we took on both candidates, that wouldn't be an issue, would it?
What?
Well, I think we should take a pride in mentoring the young doctors of tomorrow, nurture their talents.
Well, I'm all for that in principle, but the reality...
Besides, it's a very good idea business-wise. See how they work, how they fit in, and Daniel is absolutely right. We are still short-staffed. If this worked out well, we could probably take one on permanently.
Yes, but what about the workload? One trainee's bad enough.
Yeah, well, you know, it could be a very useful extra pair of hands if they were managed well.
Yes, but you won't be answering silly questions every 5 minutes.
Neither will you, which brings me to my second idea.
She won't turn Burgess in, but it's all sorted. She's going to drop the charge. You'll be reinstated.
Thanks. But I'm going to resign anyway.
Why?
What's it to you?
I don't know. I like to think of you here, doing all that extra Second World War stuff. Not letting standards slip, going off the curriculum, getting people to do their best.
I'm afraid I just can't allow myself to stay and be ordered around by a man like that anymore.
But, sir...
How many hours have you wasted here today? Busybodying and interfering. Hours that you will never get back, that you should have given to your subject. It's clear to me, Jack Hollins, that you are making the exact same mistake with your degree that you made with your A-levels. You're lazy and easily distracted.
Mr. Stride...
Clear out, Jack Hollins, now.
Right, Hollins. It's been an interesting day.
I don't suppose you remember what my dad does for a living?
Bin man.
Hi, Dad. How are things down the station? Yeah, I need to talk to you about something. It's to do with a case of abuse of a position of trust. I think it's part of the Sexual Offences Act 2003.
No, you don't. Dr. Granger.
Daniel, Zara, Julia would like to speak to you both.
Hey, mate. I shocked into Dad. Burgess's face. You should have seen it. Maybe Stridey will stay in there. It's funny, you know, I always thought Burgess was a decent bloke. How wrong can you be, eh? Lying hypocrite. And that Kimberly Kelly, she was all ready to ruin Stridey's career, even after all the years that he...
Shut up!
What is it now?
It's Ryan. He dumped me.
Oh, him. I'm sorry. He's a good bloke.
both of them.
Is that a good idea?
Well, you seem so passionate about supporting your chosen candidate. I didn't think that I could let either of them go. And as I could see that you were so committed to each of them, I thought, well, I might as well channel that commitment into helping them as well as the practice.
What does that mean?
We'd like you and Daniel to mentor them.
Well, I'm sorry, but both Zara and I are very busy. We want to book a holiday, and there are also things we want to do around the house.
Right. Zara? Oh, dear. Well, I must say I am very disappointed. I mean, I thought you would both step up to the plate. Actually, to be honest, I thought you'd enjoy the extra responsibility, but... I mean, no, I completely understand if you're not up to it.
Of course I'm up to it, even if Daniel isn't.
Zara.
Kevin will be a nightmare. Freya will knock spots off him.
Kevin will use his own initiative and get on with the job while I put my feet up.
I will mentor Freya, and Daniel can mentor Kevin, and may the best woman win.
No. I'm doing a sleep app for a homeless charity.
Eston Carter, GP. Alec Johnson, library.
Does your partner make you feel happy inside?
Yeah, wonderful.
Well, maybe part of you chose that life.
Right, get away from me!